Right, hello everyone. I've just been commentating away from myself for the last 2 minutes. I didn't realise that Twitch had switched off. Um, right, okay, I think Twitch is working now. Sorry for going quiet for a bit. So I've got to do all the introduction again now. So, welcome to Arc Tier 2. Sorry, Tier 4 even. I'm even getting that wrong now. Arc Tier 4. Round 7 Singapore. This is our realistic tier. We are doing full qualifying followed by 50% race. I'm just getting myself onto the stream now. The fact that it's come up actually with a notification in Discord means that it is now working, thank goodness. So I am now in that as well, so that's excellent. I can see if there's any comments as we go. I can also hear myself now on my phone. Anyway. So we're just trying to get Hodder in. I thought we were another one light. We hadn't realised we've restarted the lobby. We had a... So there he is on the screen now. He's in the pits, so he's got control of his car now. Excellent. So we're up to 17, and hopefully Mario will get in before the end of qualifying. To take control of his car. As Arc Reaper then puts in the first time of the session with a 141.8 in the Haas. So as I say, it's a realistic tier. This is everybody's first. It's being validated. Let's go to Ghost Rider. Yeah, this is everybody's first run in these cars. This is brand new. Sorry, what happened there? Ghost Rider pitted. Gotcha. Comes across on a 43.0 for the moment. Samuel's gone fastest now on a 40.3. I think there's going to be some faster times coming in at some point. Stampy is out. Not sure what's happened to him. Appears to be in the pit lane in a way. Maybe something's coming up at home and he's had to retire out for qualifying, I don't know. Or perhaps just wants to start from the back. With it being Singapore, it might be the safest option. As Gaza starts his lap. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, this is everybody's first chance in these cars. So the guys that were in Red Bull or Mercedes last 2 weeks are now in either a Haas or a Williams, because everybody moves up a car, but obviously the top guys cannot move up any further, so they go back to the bottom. So the guys that were in Ferrari or McLaren last week are now in the Merc and Red Bull, and so on through the field. So, obviously for the guys that have got the top seats now, it's a great chance to get a win on the board for them, or podium positions. For the guys that have obviously moved from the top teams and into lower teams, I cannot stress to them how important these races are, because it's the points that they pick up by finishing races in the Haas and the Williams that are going to make so much difference in the championship. So it's so important to get the cars to the end and pick up points, especially at a track like this where you know there's likely to be quite a few retirements. We've now lost Mario from qualifying as well. Oh, sorry, no, Mario's joined. Excellent, so Mario is in, but he's retired out and will start from the back. So that's great. Thank you for doing that, Mario. I don't expect Hodder to do that because it was kind of our fault that he wasn't in the lobby. So it's kind of unfair, really, that Hodder is allowed to carry on. It may put the timings out slightly at the end of the session. Gaza does a 1:39.4 and goes provisional pole, or fastest in this session in a way. Let's go to Useless. Gaza overtaking Useless. That's strange. Gaza's just put the time in. He's obviously going for a second run. And now gets out of Useless' way. That was a bit odd from Gaza. Not sure why he did that, unless he was trying to go for another run, but decided against it. Grandad's having a moment. He's off track. I always feel like when Grandad's on track, we should have that old song called Grandad that all the kids choir done, sort of playing over the top. In a way, he's invalidated, so I don't know why I'm still there. Brian then in the Red Bull has to be a massive favourite. You've got to think to win the races while he's in a Red Bull. He's able to win races in the slower cars, let alone in a Red Bull. So I've got to say he's probably a strong pre-race favourite. I'm sure enhanced in the AlphaTauri won't make it easy for him. Hodder has done a time and is 41.9, which puts him P6 for the moment. So we'll stick with Brian through the last couple of corners into what is, for me, one of my possibly my favourite final corner of the season, actually. Whereas Brian just smashes Gaza's time and goes 37.2. As I say, this is Brian's real chance, but what you've got to bear in mind, he's got the Red Bull for 2 races, which is Singapore. I think Monza is the next race. I'll check that out later on. So he's got him for those 2 races, but he will almost certainly be in the Haas for the following 2 races. So, you know, he's going to be strong, obviously. So Dawn Fury was in a 38s then for that lap, but he invalidated it, so it hasn't counted. But that gives you an idea of where the other Red Bull is. Let's just have a look. This is half a second down. No, that doesn't sound like it can be right. Let's just keep an eye. Well, these guys doing laps now are through in a way, because there's 18 on the grid. We lose 3, and there's been 4 retirements. So we know these guys are through safely to the next session. So I think Stampy's retirement would have been because he wants to start from the back. It's such a difficult track. It works sometimes. I'm not going to lie. Tracks like this, Baku. I won't say Monaco because it's so important to qualify high on Monaco. Monaco is more just if you can do the whole race without hitting a wall and having to change your wing, you'll score decent points. It's just the way it is there. Let's go back to Dawn Fury then. He's coming up towards the end of his lap. So, round onto the final corner. Sort of double left-hander. Say probably my favourite of the season. 38.0 from Dawn Fury puts in P2. So the Red Bull's P1 and P2 as it stands. Back to Useless. He is 3.6 seconds down. I can only assume he's just carrying on to do some laps. So he doesn't seem to be trying to improve his laps. So I think he's maybe just trying to get some practice in, sort of thing. Brian's retired from the session. I believe that's just because he's happy with what he's done. He's gonna can returns to the pit. He does need to get a time on the board. Still got him in P18 at the moment. So enhanced has gone P3 on a 38.1 and decides to retire. Ghost Rider's lost his wing. we've lost Art Bertie now as well. So Ghost Rider's lost his wings somewhere, but he's safe anyway, so he just needs to come into the pits. Get ready for Q2. Who's this we're on board with then? Ark Samuel was purple in the first sector. The Alpine. Getting a little toe from a Haas there. As the Haas gets out the way. Oh, discarded tyre on the road. Sam coming up to the end of sector 2. It's just over 4 attempts up on his previous time. Just going to put him into the 39s. If he can maintain the improvement. Still needs to find about half a second to challenge the next car ahead of him, Ghost Rider. But it's good that he's finding improvements. Sam in the Alpine's got a chance for a good result tonight. As he does. Oh wow, okay, so he improves by 1.25 seconds, 39.1, P4. That's a great lap from Samuel. Well done. Ghost Rider's made it back to the pits. Anybody else? Reaper still getting some laps in. Actually just went 7 tenths faster on his last lap, so he's up to a 41.1, which is kind of what you expect in a Haas, if I'm honest. A good lap will get you into the sort of mid 140s in a Haas, but I do mean a very good lap to do that, so he's starting badly. Fortunately, Reaper was going to have a teammate tonight in Dawn Fury, but things changed a little bit. Dawn Fury was first reserve, and the first car that wasn't going to be filled was the Haas. But then I asked him, because he's attended recently, so I asked him if he would like to take a full-time seat. And he said, yes, please. So I said, well, the good news then, bud, is that rather than Haas tonight, you're in the Red Bull as Brian's teammate. So he was over the moon with that, as you can probably guess. Sorry, I was just responding to a message on Discord explaining why Hodder was allowed to do a lap despite joining late, because he was in the original lobby. This is the second lobby, the first one we had to restart it, so Hodder was in the original lobby, but he'd had to leave the Xbox for a moment. Obviously, he would have just been expecting qualifying to start, so he didn't know there was another lobby, so he wasn't technically late, and that's why he was allowed to do a lap and take part in qualifying, which I think is only fair. Right, I've got the comments up now. Why do I disconnect right at the moment I start my lap? I don't know, Brian. Why are you asking us? We ain't got a clue. Hey JMB, thanks for tuning in, mate. Stampede crashed, did he? Oh dear. Oh! Grandad has now as well. Oh dear. It's stuck on full accelerator as well and reverse. But that Merc ain't going anywhere. So, we've lost a lot of drivers. How many's actually going to be taking part in Q2? I've lost track. I think it's going to be 13. Maybe? Yeah, I think it's 13 because I don't think Useless retired on track. I think he retired in pits. So did Bertie actually. So yeah, no, I think we got 14 then for Q2. Okay, so Stampede crashed. So it's alright. His McLaren must have been cleared up by the time I noticed it. So we get the ambulance out. He's done a massa. Hi, Useless. So, thanks to everyone out there joining, by the way. I see the viewers are got a nice start to the evening. So, just see, watch Can round. I think the session has ended now. We're just waiting for the last couple of people to cross the line. It does look like they've sorted out that qualifying glitch where if somebody does join late, that the the timer just carries on and gives them extra time because Hodder's actually finished. So Can then crosses the line, and that will end Q1. So we'll do a little rundown in a second. So I don't really need to run through the guys that are through, it's the ones that aren't. So okay, so Bertie did crash on track and is out of qualifying and will start P14. Grandad will start P15. Mario 16, Jon Snow 17, and Stampede. So those are the guys we're losing from Q2. So there's only 13 drivers in Q2, which means only 3 will leave us at the end. So it's all on. Can Reaper get that Haas into Q3? Also got the 2 Alfa Romeos, Runner and Hodder. Andrew's in a Williams and Useless in a Williams as well. Could one of those two sneak it into Q3 as well? For any of those guys, it's going to be a great job to get any of their cars into Q3. So one of them at least has got to make it. So hi, Birdie. Gene, he's picking on you. Well, you did crash. You must have done. That's why you're out. Why are we stuck? Why are we stuck, guys? Who's not readied up? Who's not readied up? Come on. Someone say something. Someone talk to me. Ah, you have Brian. Still waiting on Ghost Rider and Stampy. Ghost Rider and Stampy. Oh, there's the timer anyway, so we're saved. Ghost Rider's left the session. That's not good. Why's Ghost Rider left the session? Probably done that because it was stuck on him. So that's fair enough. Let me just get an invites. We'll get him back in. In a way, let's get on with it then. So into Q2 we go. Oh, my little pussycat sat with me. She's gorgeous. Yeah, you are. Into Q2 we go, and so as you can see, the 13 who will be competing. Oh, check admin chat, please. Okay, will do. Okay, check admin chat, Andrews. So Useless is first out on track this time round, followed by Reaper. Reaper didn't react quick enough there. He needs to get on track first, you see, to get the airtime, get him a bit of money. Cool. See, Andrews has seen it, that's fine. Okay, so I'd say the eyes mostly then are probably going to be on Useless, Andrews, Reaper. I think Can, probably. Then Hodder and Runner as to whether they can get into Q3. So I think there's 5 there. 2 of them have to get through. But there's 5 I think to keep an eye on. Can one of them pull out a fantastic lap? Let's get the details up so we enable the lap delta. And this time we do want tyres. Could one of the guys in a faster car make a slip up thinking they'll be able to comfortably get through on mediums? Only to get caught out, perhaps. Oh, my cat's leaving me now. She wants to sleep. She's had enough of me chatting, so there we go. Off she goes. Right, so Useless. Sort of lap can he put in? I think let's go to a little bit of a moment. Turn 4. Probably class as turn 5 because there's a little kink before it. Ghost Rider's back. So that's good. Let's go on board. I'd like to ride on board on qualifying laps if we can because get to see how they're managing. It's a little bit wide through there. Decent through there. What's he like on the power? Because it could be a bit dodgy through that part of the track. Depending on what traction you run, obviously. Look pretty decent through the hairpin, to be fair. Goes up the DRS. It's out of there. Obviously purple in the second sector. First set of laps, it must be. There goes another front wing, says Brian. Oh dear, I missed it. If you hadn't have said nothing, Brian, nobody would have ever known. So, he's just going to get a time on the board straight away, and he puts in a 43.2. We know Reaper was out next, and Can is out. Can has crashed. Just missed him, he's back there somewhere. So Can... Somebody else is coming up to him actually, a Williams I think. He's just come up, he's just been removed. It was through here in a way, it was just there. We lost Can, so that is confirmed then, that is one out. Gaz has gone quickest on the mediums on a 39.2, that's a nice lap on the mediums. Well done Gazza. Let's go with... Oh, Arc Reaper came back into the pits. So, Dawn Fury, we could call this his full debut. It's not his debut in the tier, but or for Arc or anything like that. He's raced in other tiers, but he's Good solid driver. Racing another league I'm in as well, and only joined that recently and is impressed on his debut there as well. Solid driver, very fair driver as well, which is always good to see. As Don Fiore goes quickest on a 38.2. And let's move to Sam. Useless ahead, who we should see peel off into the pits. Oh, and Sam's going to follow him. So Sam wasn't happy with that lap at all. Let's go with Brian then. He's already had to take a new front wing. Let's see if we can lose another one. On the medium tyres, you would think Brian would be able to get through reasonably comfortably on the mediums this evening. His teammate who set his lap has done it on the softs, so maybe they're splitting strategies, one on the softs, one on the mediums. The best strategy around here is medium to hard, technically, on paper. There's also a reasonably high risk of a safety car, so that's the problem with tracks like these, where the medium to hard is technically the better strategy. They also tend to be quite high risk when it comes to safety car. Useless is retired. I think he's done that in the pits. I can't see anything on track to suggest there's been an incident. And we saw him pit, so yeah, the two AlphaTauris are out on track next to each other, as Brian goes fastest on a 37 flat on the mediums. So the boy's lightning when he keeps the front wing on it. Let's go to the two AlphaTauris if we can find them. There's Enhanced, so he's the first of the two. See, Ghost Rider is just behind, which is good. You know he's definitely back in. So this is just an out map actually. So sorry, yeah, let's go with Ghost Rider. So maybe there was a little strategy there, or whether it's that or just coincidence, I don't know. Maybe there was a hope of giving him a little tow around the track. I would have thought with his pace Ghost Rider would need a tow, really, for this track, so it's coming through the final corner, comes across the line on a 39.2, which puts him P4 for the moment. Top Gotcha on a 39.8, it's P5. Andrews has gone 42.0, which has put him ahead of his teammate. Reaper's on track, oh, Reaper's invalidated. Runner's on track, coming through the final corner, in fact, on the mediums, so feeling confident, goes 41.1, which is enough for P6. Saw that Reaper had invalidated, so let's see it go again. Enhanced then, it's purpling sector 1, also on the mediums, like Brian, so see, we know Enhanced is quick, it's just whether problem is Enhanced and Brian are quick, and Brian's got the advantage obviously with the Red Bull, so just a bit be interesting really to see if Enhanced can get anywhere near him. It's I think he was about second off in the first qualifying session. Oh, and he's invalidated there. That was a bit too much curb and across the white line with free wheels. Let's go back to Reaper then, who's having another go at it. So we've got no time. He hasn't previously set a time yet, so Rupert will need to have a think, because he needs to decide if he feels the lap he's on is good enough, because he hasn't got time to then do an in-lap and get a new set of tyres and get out again, so... See, so ran wide through there, lose him a few attempts, I'd imagine. A lot of curb. Is he going to complete the lap? He is. And through the final corner, and it's a 44.1. It's in P9 for the moment. We saw Enhanced invalidate this time. He's invalidated again. He needs to get a little bit of a move on. Samuel out on the mediums. He starts the lap. So at the moment, I think Andrews is safe. I can't say it for definite, but even if Enhanced and Samuel go quicker, Reaper would have to go quicker on Sauce, which are a few laps old now. Even though my graphic says 0 laps, it can't be, because he's put the time on the board. And he invalidated 1 lap, so it must be at least 3 laps he's done on those. Samuel... chicane. Such a challenging track, and you've got... to get a really good time around here, you've got to be willing to put your wheels over the curbs, but it's dangerous at the same time, so you may use a bit more of the track in qualifying than you will in the race. So there, for example, you really got to get your wheels on the inside of the curbs there. There again. That one's not too... doesn't really matter. It's probably just best to go as close to as you can. That's not too bad through there either. Into the final corner. A double left-hander. Brilliant corner. Across the line he comes for a 39.2. Puts in P3 and absolutely safe on the medium tyres. So Andrews is back out on track. Oh, Reaper's improved. Reaper's done a 40.8 in the Haas. Well, he has completely made me eat my words. He's just gone faster than Runner and Hodder in the Alphas. Where is Enhanced? So he's in Sector 3. The lap's okay. He's not invalidated, but he won't have time to do another lap, so this has to be good enough. It looks like it is. Comes through the final corner. It's going to be a 38.7, which puts him P3. So Andrews now in trouble. He's got another go at it. Watch him actually stick on board with Andrews now. Ever so slightly down in the first set. Oh! He's run out wide. And clip the wall. Turn 6. Now, if he hasn't got damage, has he got enough time to get round? No, I don't think he has. I mean, if he's got damage, then it's a no-go in a way. We can't see any damage on the front of the car, but that doesn't mean there isn't anything. There could be slight, minor damage, which would basically mean it's impossible around a track like this to still improve. But it wouldn't be the end of the world for Andrews, to be honest, to go out here. He'd be starting P11 with tyre choice, while the guys ahead of him have to start on their already used tyres and what they qualified on. So we can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the top 10 that have qualified on softs, so potentially those are positions he can make in pit stops. by going with a harder compound, whether it's the medium or the hards, it doesn't really matter. I would suggest going mediums though, not hards at the start of the race. It's enhanced. Will be the last man to finish Q2. He's just coming round the final few corners now. And so we're going to lose Andrews, Useless and Can in Q2. But going through to the pole position shootout is Brian, Dawn Fury, Enhanced, Samuel, Gaza, Ghost Rider, Top Gotcha, Arc Reaper in the Haas. What an outstanding job that is from Reaper. Arc Runner and Hodder both getting the alphas through as well. They've done a great job as well. So, but clearly the star man of Q2 has got to be Reaper there. Getting that Haas into Q3 is an achievement in itself. So, should be proud of himself there. So there's the confirmation. Obviously, we saw, well, we didn't see crash, but we saw that he had crashed. So didn't get a time on the board, hence why he'll start P13. I was surprised to see Useless retire. He seemed to retire in the pits. Maybe just decided that he wasn't going to be able to do it, and starting P11 or 12 would have been preference to trying to force it through. Into just to scrape into the top 10. So you just never know how a race is going to go. If the race goes well and we don't have the safety cars that you normally expect at a track like this, then that tyre choice to start the race is paramount in a strategy. Let's go down. We don't need tyres this time, so we are at the pole position shootout. I think is that Reaper? It looks white, the car up there. It is Reaper who's going to be first out on track. Could Reaper do the impossible and take pole position in the Haas? I had to feel sorry for Haas a little bit last season, because they not only did they make the worst car of the season, but they took what they thought would be an outstanding choice of using a Ferrari engine, only to find that Ferrari made the worst engine of the season by far last year. It's just put even more misery on them. I'm sure if they'd have gone for a different engine supplier, they would have been able to challenge a bit further up. But yeah, it just made it horrendous for them. Felt for their drivers, but that being said, that choice to go to Ferrari has obviously paid off for this season, the 22 season. Scoring points regularly in real life now, Haas, which is a great leap from where they were last year. And there'll be a car in next year's game out on July the 1st, or June the 28th if you pre-ordered it. Be a car that people will be saying, yeah, I don't mind the Haas, I'll take that one. It should be a pleasure to hear. And for the 3 realistic leagues that I take part in, either as driver or commentator, anybody that says they want the Haas next season, absolutely downright refuse to drive it this season, will not be getting anywhere near it. They'll get a Williams instead. So Reaper starts his first flying lap of the session. You've got to be quick out in this session if you want to get 2 runs in. 2 full runs in. It's not a long time for such a long lap. So what did he, I'm just trying to think, what did he set in Q2? It was a 140, was it 140.5? I can't remember now. Let's see if we can go as well in Q3. Shorten his ahead, he'll be saying to himself, come on, I can do this, I can out-qualify the Alphas. That would be the target, really. Obviously, the target's to get as high up the grid as he can, but the realistic target in this session, really, is to say, try and take on the Alphas, the Alfa Romeos, that is. That Haskell around being first car, he's perf winning every sector. So, come on, Reaper. At least equal that sector 2 time. This looks decent. He's into the final corner. It's a 1:40.5. That's a decent time from Reaper. Well done. That's going to put some pressure on the Alphas. Let's go. There's just a McLaren actually ahead. Sorry, I missed Enhanced. It's actually only managed 41.6, so Reaper remains provisional pole. Gaza has invalidated. Then we have an Alfa Romeo of runner. Through the final 2 corners, he comes across the line. It's a 40.3. He's 2 tenths ahead of Reaper. Samuel then goes fastest, 39.1. In the Alpine, is it, this week? Yep, Alpine. Then there's an AlphaTauri, so that must be Ghost Rider, who now goes quickest. And then Brian just spoils it all by going across the line in 1:35.8. By far the fastest lap time we've seen today. I think I might give that guy stabilisers for next race, just to bring him down a peg. So Dawn Fury in the other Red Bull now comes across the line 39.1. He's going to see his teammates time and go, what on earth? What have I got myself into? Gaza will be next to cross the line. Hodder hasn't come out for a first run, so maybe used more tyres in the earlier sessions, so only has enough for 1 run. And obviously you'd want to use that towards the end. Because the tyre beds in. As Enhanced is out. Enhanced has crashed on track. We are just coming up to him now. Let's go on board with Gaza. We're just coming up to his car now. There it is. It's an unusual place from Enhanced, that one. I would presume that Gaza has then gone second on a 38.6. I can only presume that Enhanced has caught the outside curb and it's thrown him across into the inside wall as Samuel... Oh, he does come into this. I didn't think he was going to. I thought he was going to go around to start another lap. Dawn Fury trying to continue, so I think he's got a lot more in him than what he's set so far. The thing is, if he crosses the line, he'd be touch and go whether he'd have enough time. So no, he's into the pits. Yeah, I was just thinking it'd be touch and go whether he'd have enough time to do an in-lap, get the new set of tyres and get out again. Gaza should be fine. He's on an in-lap now, but we've got, what, about 5 minutes on the clock, so he should be fine. And so should, well, Reaper definitely will. So, by the times, I think we could probably say that pole position's sewn up, unless somebody has something remarkable. But there's certainly a battle on for P2. In fact, there's a close battle then, really. There's 7 attempts covering 2nd to 6th. As Samuel retires in the pits, he's had enough, decides he's done what he can, and is happy with his work during qualifying. So I do know that drivers seeing that time from Brian may find that a bit disheartening, maybe. But oh, who's that? That's Hodder. He's decided not to wear a helmet for Q3. It's a bit naughty. That's got to be a penalty, surely. But yeah, some might find it a bit disheartening, but it's just the way it is. You know, he only gets that car for 2 races, then he'll be down in one of the bottom cars, almost certainly a Haas, I would suggest. So that's why it's done like this, that everybody gets the chance to use the top cars. Everybody has to have a go at the worst cars as well. It just happens that Brian's got the worst car on the final race, 2 races of the season. So these are the 2 guys that are furthest round. As you see, Brian's actually the furthest round, so we can keep an eye on him. Not entirely sure why he's bothered coming out again. Could have just saved the tyres, but perhaps just doesn't want to sit there not doing anything, waiting for the start. So we do have a break after this, by the way, just 5 minutes between qualifying and race. See, there's a few more of you join now. Thank you for joining, guys. It's been an interesting qualifying so far. Obviously, Brian is smashing it at the moment, but it's close thereafter for P2. And there's a nice, interesting battle going on between the 2 Alphas and the Haas as well of Reaper, who's guaranteed P9 now. He's gone faster than Enhanced, who has crashed on track, so as Brian is first on a hot lap, we will watch him, see if he can go any quicker than the brilliant lap he's already done. Slightly up, 16 thousandths up in the first sector, so he's purpled the first sector. Really attacking it, but that did look like he maybe ran a bit wide, which would have affected his ability to get on the power. Very tidy through hairpin, opens up the DRS, heading down to the end of sector 2. There he is, a 10th down. Just want to see. Oh, Hodder is invalidated. He will get round again though, Hodder, so he will still get another chance. So the other car then behind Hodder is the other Red Bull, so we'll quickly switch to him in a second. Top Gotcha, Arc Runner and Arc Reaper aren't coming out again. They're happy with their work as Brian comes across the line and improves by another 1/4 of a second. 35.6. I think he's enjoying himself out there. Let's go to Dawn Fury then, who's just coming into the final corner now. Can he stick that Red Bull P2? It's a 38 flat, so he does go P2. Now our next car will be Gaza in the McLaren, who's slightly up in the first sector. It's quite an interesting shot of the camera there. He's actually purple in the second sector. He's 4 tenths up on his previous time. He's certainly going to challenge the second Red Bull for P2. Tiny touch on the wall. The angle of impact, I don't think that would have caused him damage. I think he'd be okay. Comes into the final corner. It's definitely quick. It's a 37.6. Puts in P2. That's a great lap from Gaza. There's P2 on the grid. Who have we got next? It's the Alfa Romeo again, so Hodder So we've not got a previous time to compare it to. So Hodder coming into the final corner. The lap's good in the sense he's not invalidated. He's going to get a time on the board, and it's a 40.5. He sneaks ahead of Reaper by 0.02 of a second into P8. So I still think Reaper has done a grand job in that Haas just to get there in the first place, but to start P9 as well. He's done a fantastic job. Star man in qualifying for me. As well as, you got to say Brian as well. I know he's got a Red Bull underneath him, but that time's exceptional. We are just waiting then for Dawn Fury's pit crew to bring him in. Get him into the garage, and that'll be the end of qualifying. So I think the story there is Brian's been absolutely lightning in the Red Bull, which I think we all expected in a way. But Gaza in a brilliant P2. Dawn Fury then gets the other Red Bull into second row of the grid in P3. Ghost Rider, the first of the AlphaTauris in P4. Samuel in the Alpine is a fantastic P5. Manages to outdo one of the Mercs in Top Gotcha P6. Arc Runner and teammate Hodder are 7 and 8. Reaper outstanding in P9 in the Haas, and Enhanced unfortunately crashing out in Q3 starts P10. So that's our rundown of qualifying. I'm just going to put a quick message out to the boys. We will go at 9:04. It's now 8:59. We take a 5-minute break, so we'll be starting at 9:04. Okay, so I've given the message so they know what time we're going. Right, I'm just going to take a moment, grab myself another coffee, and I'll be back shortly. Looking forward to a great race. See you in a minute. Okay, so the shout has gone out to ready up. Oh. Enhanced asking me if I saw his message in Twitch chat. There's nothing on my screen, mate. And so we are off. Did Enhanced actually get away? He did. So it's like he's in the car and going. So that's good. Just get some details up while they do the formation lap. So a quick look at the tyres while they do this. So obviously the top 10 all started on the tyres they qualified on. Andrews in P11 and Useless in P12 have opted for the mediums. Can has opted for the softs in 13th. Bertie and Grandad, interestingly, have opted for the hards for the first stint. And Mario, John and Stampy down at the back are all opted for the mediums. So interesting strategies, and it's going to be interesting to see a few of the guys at the back come through the field, or try and come through the field, should I say. We've lost Birdie and Eustace from the formation lap. Looked in the back. Sorry, just go round back onto the grid. The only thing, they may find their tyres a bit cold at the start. It's kind of your penalty, if you like, for having a collision on a formation lap. Well, where are they now? They're just into sector 3, so just going to take a quick gander at stand-ins. If I can find them. Here we go, so driver stand-ins at the moment. I won't go all the way through them, but Gazza's leading the way at the moment by 2 points over Arc Runner. Arc Runner 13 behind Runner in P3. Jon Snow 4 points behind that in P4. And there's a little gap down to Hodder in P5 on 98. Andrews on 91 in 6th. Brian in 7th on 81. And I'll leave that there. Let's have a quick gander at the constructors then. Race Ventura are leading the way. That is Arc Runner and Hodder on 240. Benetton, which is Gaza and Stampy, are on 212. And third place at the moment in constructors on 190 is the Pokemons, which is Mario and Jon Snow. Pretty tight. Let's go to the fronts then. So the lights are out as the short pulls. It looked to me like Gaza maybe reacted a bit quicker, and Brian's headed straight towards the side of the track, but it looked like he was going to drive into the wall, but he hasn't, so he retains P1. Gaza retains P2 from Dawn Fury. Gaza's Ghost Rider has retained 4th and Samuel 5th, and they are battling actually already, so let's keep an eye on them. Samuel, let's see if we can get a move done, but Ghost Rider managing to stay ahead. They're side by side though into turn 6, and they may stay side by side into turn 7. It's a tight corner, this one, and in the end Ghost Rider retains the position. Enhanced already up to P6, and Sam runs a bit wide. Enhanced takes a wider entry, which allows him to get the overspeed into the straight, and is into P5. Outstanding start from Enhanced. Nobody has been left behind, so it looks like we've gotten through, touch wood. Okay, so far, predicted strategies. Start on the medium, go to the soft, back to the medium, or you do a one-stop, medium to hard, which is the fastest strategy overall for this track. It's going to be interesting. the other thing is, what do people put in fuel-wise? Because they probably were expecting safety cars, so it'll be interesting to see as Samuel... Oh, Enhanced is... What's happened to Enhanced? He's gone straight into the runoff area. Looks like he's completely missed his braking and had to go off into the runoff area, and has, because of that, has had to wait for every single car to go past before he can safely rejoin the track. And he does head into the pit lane, so it looks like he did have some sort of damage there. So a little idea. So 2 second gap now Bryant's created. We've got yellows as sector 2. Oh, Enhanced is out. Why? I can only assume this is something to do with the message he sent me, but Enhanced is retired in the pits, which is against the league rules, but I don't know what message he's talking to me about, so as it doesn't show up on my Twitch chat, so oh, okay, he's just sent me a message saying, Helio, I'm sorry, but my game is unplayable. I have like 20 frames a second and I'm lagging like mad, so okay. I understand that, mate. It's no worries. You come in as a reserve to help us out in a way, but it's probably better if that is the case that that you do that rather than potentially ruining other people's race that are actually in the championship sort of thing. So thanks for that, buddy. And don't worry, there won't be any sanctions for retiring in pits because that's completely understandable. Stampy, as you can see, right on the back of Andrews. Both these two started on the mediums. So Mario's had to pit, presumably for damage. Let's just have it. Yeah, there's a new front wing going on that. Oh, Reaper's in as well. So was it the two of them that had contact? Possibly. Oh, what a shame for Reaper after such a great qualifying. But, you're never out of this race. So as Hodder and Top Gotcha are battling, this is Merc against Alfa Romeo. Ooh. Wow, okay. Hodder did exceptionally well then. Top Gotcha ran very wide, and I think he might have picked up damage. He may have touched the wall. Hodder goes through, and Jon Snow has gone through as well. Sector 2 yellow. Not entirely sure what for. But there's some battling going on here. This is now Jon Snow on the back of Samuel as he makes his way past Hodder into P7. Jon Snow really getting on with his work in the race. He's up 10 places already. Exceptional job. As Brian puts in the fastest lap of the race with a 41.2. Got yellows again in sector 2. Looks like Grandad. I think it was Grandad, but he's lost his wing. He has lost his wing and then completely missed a corner. Be careful, Grandad. Actually, get yourself going, buddy. If no cars come in, get yourself round to the pits. There are cars catching up to you, though. Mario is no, somebody's catching up to you. Must be Mario. Yeah, it is Mario. So just be careful when he comes around. That is Stampy. He's had a moment where Enhanced crashed in Q3. I can't see any damage, and I'm sure if there was, he'd have dived straight into the pits. So Reaper picks up 3 seconds for us to do so. Let's go then to Jon Snow, still on the back of Samuel. In turn, Top Gotcha's also on the back of Hodder. We've got yellows in sector 2. Okay. I'm going to say let's go to Bertie, who's on the back of Can. Although he seems to have already fallen back a bit from where I saw the gap on the screen. So, okay, we will head back then to Top Gotcha, who is right on the back of Hodder. So, looks like Hodder is managing to get away slightly now. These two, though, battling has allowed Andrews, who you can see there at the bottom of your screen, is now on the back of them as well. So, these two having a bit of a battle, allowing Andrews to catch up somewhat. Just looking further up the field, I think Grandad's on the verge of getting lapped here, so yeah, that is Brian right on the back of him. He moves over nicely. Not easy to do at this track. He's now got Gaza coming up to the back of him. Hopefully, if Grandad can keep the car going, he may find that these guys might have to pit or something, and he might be able to unlap himself, get on the lead lap. But it's going to be hard to do that, trying to keep on the back of Brian. That's the only thing. Look how far he is up the road already. In a way, let's go to a battle, shall we? So, this is Arc Runner, followed by Art Samuel, followed by Jon Snow. So this is Alfa Romeo against Alpine against Aston. Beautiful file, as Brian once again puts in the fastest lap of the race with a 140.9. I'm just going to switch to the tyres a second. Just trying to think. So the softs really won't last long, so we are getting close to the point where Dom Fury and Ghost Rider going to have to consider fighting. I'm not sure what happened to Art Runner there. These two have gone past. As Jon Snow still trying to get past Sam, but Sam showing good pace. Hodder is into the pits, so he's the first on the softs to come in. Oh, that was Arc Runner. He's had a moment in the first series of corners. It's useless on the back of him. He lets him through and rejoins safely. Sorry, I wanted to see. We've just missed it. I wanted to see if Hodder had damage or if it was just a normal standard pit stop, but unfortunately we're unable to see that. So stuck between two to watch at the moment. Top Gotcha and Andrews are absolutely locked together. But the same can be said for Samuel and Jon Snow as well. So hopefully we pick the right one. Let's just go to the other one because they're in a DRS zone. It looks like Snow's a bit too far back to get the move done and has to stay in behind. So we'll go to the other one because they're now in the same zone. And this is, the same looks true. I think Andrew's just a bit far back. This is Merck against Williams, but both have Mercedes engines, of course. So as Dom Fury then comes into the pits, we said the softs won't last long. Presumably onto a set of mediums. You've got to think he's doing a two-stop. So it'd be soft, medium, medium, I should have thought. Who is that coming? And Jon Snow and Art Samuel. Top Gotcha heads for the pits. He's decided the softs have had enough. So Andrews then takes that position. Dom Fury gets out just ahead of Andrews. So that's the two Williams now. In 7th and 8th. They're doing well. If they keep this up, they'll be on for good points. So Arc Runner also into the pits. Just going to see what happens to Arc Runner. I know he had a moment at turn 1, 2 or 3, whichever one it was. But something he lost 2 places before that at the end of the previous lap, and I think I was actually on him, but so I was looking at something else. So. And Can both into the pits has promoted Reaper now back up into P14 in the Haas. For Renault to fall down that far, I think he must have sustained damage and has had to do a whole lap. He was too far to the field to have fallen down that far under a normal stop. So, who's left out there? Only one soft starter is still on the softs, and that is Ghost Rider, currently running in P3. This battle between Samuel and Jon Snow has been outstanding so far. Stampy gets past Bertie for P9, and they look to be battling actually. Stampy's fallen back, so have they had contact? Doesn't appear to be any damage on the McLaren. Ghost Rider is in now, so he's the final soft tyre pitter. Grandad is out of the race. Sorry, I hadn't even noticed that. Sorry, Grandad. Sorry to lose you, mate. But you got your full-time seat, so we will see you for next week's race at a better track as well. We'll be at Monza next week. Ghost Rider has come out of the pits right on the back of Andrews. He's going to get him out of the DRS. I don't think there's anything really Andrews can do about this. Extra strength for that AlphaTauri, the fresher tyres, all playing a part in what was a relatively easy DRS move. We've got red in a yellow, sorry, in set. Who is it? Oh, I think it's Mario. Yeah, it is Mario. Okay. Is he into the pits? He is indeed. We have it. Let's go to John again. So Samuel and John still fighting away. Really ideal for this race, is it? You'd kind of would prefer to have a nice clear track in front of you, not the back of a car stuck right in front of you. Oh, he's just a bit wide out the final corner, but he's got to run. Is he going to be able to match the speed? And he just can't see. I don't know whether that's the Aston power unit. But one thing I will say is John hasn't touched his energy. Whereas Samuel is down to 30%. Look, John just not willing to use it. And obviously these two battling, it will slow them down slightly, and Dawn Fury is just absolutely flying up to the back of them. And he's just going to get stuck behind as John has a bit of a moment at the hairpin. Sorry, not the hairpin, the turn 8 I think it is. Here's the hairpin now. So again, John can't get it done under DRS. He's looking for that moment where he gets through a turn onto, you know, into a DRS moment, like right on the back of, can shove the energy on. Oh, John picks up 3 seconds. He didn't even seem that wide there, to be honest. It's picks up 3 seconds. Oh, and now he's made a mistake there, and that's going to open the door for Dawn Fury. It's turn 1, but couldn't get side by side. Beautiful battling from these three. Just looking down the field, Arc Runner has just gotten ahead of Reaper, and is then suddenly 2 seconds up the road. I think Reaper might have run wide or something like that at a hairpin. That's where they are on track. Don't want to move off this battle at the moment because it's an interesting one. Samuel defending exceptionally. John retaining his energy, although he did use some to stay ahead of the Red Bull. And of course the Red Bull on fresher tyres and with the faster car underneath him. Oh, and John is off and into the wall. There seemed to be carbon fibre flying before they reached the corner. You saw it come into the screen. So I can only think that Dawn Fury has maybe hit him. He doesn't seem to have any damage himself, and I can't imagine carbon fibres come off the back of John's car. Maybe John's hit a wall. No, John, if you're listening, mate, let us know what happened. And Reaper's out as well. Reaper's out at turn. There is a safety car now. It had to be, really. 2 cars out. Yeah, it's turn 4 or 5, whichever it is. I think that's turn 4, this is turn 5, and this corner lane turn 6. I think that's it, but might be wrong. Oh, what a shame for Reaper. Such a great qualifying session. Didn't have the start to the race that he desired, but was beginning to make headway back through a bit. And John in such a long battle with Sam, but unfortunately it's gone wrong. He finds himself in a wall. I don't know if John, so say if you are, John, if you are on watching the stream, buddy, let us know in chat what's happened. I'm gonna refresh my stream because Enhanced said he sent a message that ain't come up. Nobody's put a message up for ages. Take the opportunity while they're under safety car to do this. So pit stops happening throughout the field. Some deciding mediums, some hards. Certainly played to Samuel's advantage. But this has really played into the guys who started on mediums advantage, because this is the sort of time they'd have gone a little bit further on the mediums before pitting for hards for the one stop, but it wouldn't have been much further, so they can switch to the hards now. Surprised to see some guys switching to the mediums. Surely Mario down. Has Mario been lapped, or is he? Where is he? There he is. Yeah, so I think Mario is lapped down. Oh, and Can is. Ah. Oh. That's so unfortunate for Can, because Brian pitted then. So unfortunately he didn't get ahead of Brian, so he's just got that one car now. Stuck ahead of him. But if wasn't there, he could unlap himself. Maybe Brian's listening to this and could maybe just nip off track a second. Well, there's still a big gap to Gaza. So, yeah, what a shame. To lose 2 guys that were doing so well. John was doing brilliantly, just couldn't find his way past Samuel. And Reaper had an outstanding qualifying. Obviously didn't have the start of the race to the race that he wanted, or would have been hoping for, but was beginning to make headway back through. But wasn't going to bring out a safety car for John's incident because he'd sort of gone off track into a wall. So so that the marshals would have been able to recover that without a safety car, but Reaper at turn 4 has hit the wall on the outside, which unfortunately there's no way they can recover that without bringing out a safety car, so completely understandable. What is interesting for our restart is that Gaz has opted for the mediums, Brian's opted for the hards. Now, clearly Brian's been the quickest driver today, but you know, with that Red Bull underneath him, but what could the difference in tyres make a difference at the start when we get going again? Enough of a difference for Gaza to get past. The first sort of 3 laps are crucial. If because the hards can take a few laps to sort of bed in a bit before they sort of get up to speed properly, so first 3 laps are crucial. But obviously at the moment Gaza has a penalty, as Top Gotcha picks one up as well, so for Gaza it's not a case of just trying to get ahead of Brian, it's trying to create that gap as well, which obviously with Brian's pace will be difficult. But Gaza, with where he is in the championship, I'm sure he'll be over the moon with P2 today, so I don't think he's going to be in. He's not going to be putting his car in any silly places anyway. Let's put it that way. Just through. I've not received any messages or anything from anyone. Nobody said anything. Still don't see there's quite a few of you out there, so again I'll just take this moment to say thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you're all well. So I'm looking forward to see what Gaza can do about Brian on a restart, but we've got cars still quite a way to catch up yet, so Birdie in P10 is the next one to catch the back, and he's got about 20 seconds to make up yet, so we will not be going next lap. Just gonna have a little scoop through the field, see if I can see any ghost cars. No, looks like everybody's got a proper car underneath them, so if anybody is watching, Mark, if you guys would like to get involved in these races, let me know, because we're always, you know, we do tend to need a few reserves each week. I think the full-time seats are all filled as it stands right now, but yeah, we do tend to. Well, actually, there probably is one available, so please do let us know. It doesn't matter if you race in Tier 1, 2 or 3, you can still race in Tier 4 as well if you want to. So, because it's a completely separate thing, realistic performance tier, so absolutely fine to do that. I've just noticed actually that Brian, you are an absolute star. You must have driven off track at one point there to let Can through. So Can is currently unlapping himself. He may have to get moving, so I'm not sure the safety car will stay out another lap. So he may have to get a bit of a shifty on now. Hodder, who's in the place ahead of him, will be able to catch up pretty comfortably. The only still lap car is Mario, who's currently behind Gaza on track. So it's not really a thing we do, letting cars through if they're laps, if I'm honest. I think Brian probably was listening to me and thought, well, if I've got a 13-second gap, I can quickly nip off somewhere on this track that's safe. There aren't many places. So let him through. So I'm just waiting. Well, the safety car's in. Safety car is in. At least you're back on the main lap. That's the main thing, but you're still about 30 seconds behind. As Brian goes, Gaza is on the back of him, but who's the Alfa Romeo still warming up their tyres? I don't think they realised the safety car was coming in, whoever that was. It was one of the Alphas, in a way. Someone's still warming their tyres and coming on out of pit straight. Top Gotcha's just gotten ahead of Bertie. A pretty good view here if anybody's making a move. Oh, who's that? That is Arc Runner trying to get past Arc Andrews. Oh! Andrews has outbraked himself there. He's on the hards. It's just what I said, they take a little bit of time to warm up, so you've got to be a bit careful with them. It's no real damage done for him there. He can just carry on. Can obviously still going on round. Mario then not far ahead of Can now. Actually, yeah, he's not far ahead of Cam, but is of course a lap down, so he's on the verge of getting lapped by the car ahead of him. Position wise, not sure what's happened to Mario to make him fall back like that. The goal there is to let everybody through, but then try and stay on the back of everyone in case another safety car comes out and they all change their strategies again. I don't think they would. I think if another one came out, you might find the only guys that might change are the hard drivers, the hard tire drivers. The medium guys would be quite happy with their strategy if another safety car came out. But Stampede there, getting ahead of Ghost Rider and the DRS. Top Gotcha does the same. I'm useless. He's driving a good race today, by the way. Useless. So far. Keep it going, mate. Doing well today. The battle still is on at the front. This is Dawn Fury defending from Mark Samuel and picks up a 3-second penalty doing it. Bertie's had to come into the pits. And he exits behind Can, so Can has made up a position now. After Brian kindly letting him through, so getting back on the lead lap. Can has made up a place. So we're in this situation again, aren't we, where we've got 3 of them. And we've got 4 of them even, because Ghost Rider's there as well. Battling away, and it's so hard to find a way through here. The main opportunity really is into turn 6 with the DRS. You know, the main DRS straight into turn 6. It's probably the best opportunity. But even to get a move done now, you've got to be able to stay pretty close out of turn 4, which ain't easy. With the loss of downforce from being close to the car ahead, so Dawn Fury looking like he's just beginning to edge away a little bit. As Runner picks up 3 seconds. Gaza, by the way, is staying with Brian. He's still within the 1 second gap. So at the moment, he's still got the tyre advantage over Brian. So it's as Stampy can have a look, he decides better of it in the end, and Samuel retains P4 for the moment. That was sensible there from Stampy. I think he was too far back to throw one on up the inside of turn 6. So the next opportunity's coming up. Samuel's sort of in and out of the 1 second to Dawn Fury, so is he trying to see? Yeah, he did get DRS there, Samuel, which has enabled him to catch right onto the back again of Dawn Fury, so he's going to retain that DRS now, making it much harder for Stampede to get through. Again, I am still trying to keep a little eye further down the field as well. Hodder has gotten onto the back of Useless, so it looks like Dawn Fury's, yeah, Dawn Fury's extended the gap again, so this time, this is a real opportunity now. He's gone board with Stampede. Again, just runs out of tarmac. Sector 3 yellow, that is an Alfa Romeo. They are going again. I believe it was Arc Runner, but I'm not sure. As Stampede does now get the move done on Samuel and takes P4. Sector 3 yellow again. I think that's Bertie. It is Birdie this time. So I'm sorry, I've just lost all my intervals again. So now Stampede's got in ahead then of Samuel. Can he do anything about Dawn Fury? I've also completely missed Gaza getting ahead of Brian. So yellow's coming up all over the place now. I hope this isn't a sign that the lobby's glitching. It can be sometimes continuous yellows without any obvious incidents. Although I think, because they seem very slow, this is... Oh, okay, so this is Samuel. So something's happened to Samuel. That's who it was. Because he'd only just lost the place to Stampede, so something's happened to Samuel. And he's now down in P8 with Useless on the back of him. I'm starting to get my intervals back again now. So Gaza is beginning to create a bit of a gap to Brian. Brian's going to get DRS, I think. No, he doesn't. Okay, so he's only got the toe. He's also got a lot more straight line speed in that car as Mario picks up 3 seconds. I've got continuous yellow flags going on at the moment, which is getting annoying. Eustace drops to 11th now. Okay, Eustace has had to pit. I think the left end plate was missing, so I wonder if he had contact with Samuel at some point there. But he's got a new wing and he's off again. Can is coming into the pits. By the looks of it, he's lost his wing as well. So some of those yellows must have been genuine yellows then. So Eustace comes out in P11. Can is in. And Birdie, I'm pretty sure, is way too far back to gain that place. Ooh. There's a little touch on the wall himself there. So, battle for the lead still continues. Sets 2 yellows again. This time it was Samuel who has completely lost his front wing this time. Arc Runner looks like he's going pretty slow to me. Oh, sorry, yes, we got a safety car. Oh, here we go. We got a safety car even though there's no retirements, so... Right, so interestingly then, Gaza kind of doesn't have a choice. He's going to have to stay out. I think Brian could react to that. And I'm not sure he'd want to go to a set of sauce, but he could go to a fresh set of mediums. Although Brian may not want to, because of course Gaz has got the penalty and he's penalty free. Maybe a case of saying that, you know, he must know how many warnings he's had. There are some pit stops going on though. Hodder's in, Andrews is in, Runner's in, Samuel's in. Annoyingly for Useless, he just pitted, but it looks like he's going to get something here. Useless. So he gets ahead of his teammate, and he gets ahead of Samuel as well. So he's up into P9. He just didn't quite get Runner. Got out just ahead of him. So Runner's gone with fresh mediums. Useless went to the hards. Samuel's on the mediums. Andrews is on the mediums. Can is on fresh mediums as well. And this time Cam will be able to catch right up to the back of the field. Unfortunately for Birdie, he is actually a lap down now and won't be able to. And obviously the same for Mario. He wasn't able to unlap himself in that first safety car. So that's good news for Can though. Brian's really done him a favour there and letting him through under that first safety car, because he's now 2 places further up in P12 instead of P14, but a lap ahead of the 2 guys behind him, and he's going to be on the back of the field to try and challenge to get even further up. Gaza is in. Gaza pits. That is really interesting from Gaza. I felt he had to continue on. Now he's sticking a set of softs on, which is what Ghost Rider's done, but Ghost Rider's going to have track advantage over him now. I'm a bit shocked at that, if I'm honest. Hodder goes through as well. He will get out ahead of Arc Runner, so Gaza's going to exit in P7. But my word, has he given himself a lot to do. That means that the Red Bulls now run P1 and P2 on hard tyres. Top Gotcha's in P3 on mediums. Stampy is on fresh hard tyres in P4. Ghost Rider is on fresh softs in P5. Hodder's P6 with 3 lap old mediums. And Gaza comes out in P7. Maybe he'll know his reason for doing that. So, if for argument's sake the safety car comes in this lap, there's 10 laps. There'll be 10 laps remaining. Softs don't go 10 laps at Singapore. I'm not saying they'll get to the point where he has to pit, or that the 2 guys, any of the guys on softs have to pit. They will be able to push them out. But after about 6 or 7 laps, they won't be any quicker than the mediums. Interesting. I'm sure we're going to see Gaza fight back through, and the same with Ghost Rider as well. Just want to be a bit careful on the actual restarts, particularly Ghost Rider, because it's got Stampy ahead on fresh hards that are going to be a bit slippy for him to start with, so you do have to bear these things in mind a little bit. Easily end up buried in the back of the car ahead if you don't think of stuff like that, so then who's that heading to the pits now? Somebody else is doing it. It's Top Gotcha. He's pitting from P3. Well, answers on a postcard. I don't understand. If you're going to make a stop under safety car, do it on the first lap of the safety car. Useless is pitting as well. He may not lose any positions though, Useless. Well, he already has lost 2 positions, but I don't think he's going to drop any more. I don't think Can's going to get round quick enough. Useless had a bit of damage, so he didn't have a choice, did he? So Can does get through because Useless pit stops obviously a bit longer because he had damage. They should all catch up now, so we should get going next lap. Which means going again lap 23, that's 9 laps remaining. Still slightly long for the soft tyres, but not horrendously. They'll get through to the end okay. Still fancy Brian to win the race. His teammate Dawn Fury could probably do him a bit of a favour. Stampy's not in a bad position in a McLaren P3 on one lap old hards. He's not a bad position to be in. I mean, Gaz's choice was one thing, going to soft tyres when he did, and dropping to 7 with the pace of the car he's got underneath him. Then doing it the next lap like Top Gotcha's done. I don't understand why you would give up track position on a track like this, where it's very difficult to overtake. We can have some interesting moments, I think, to the end, hopefully. So the safety car is in. Goes. Dawn Fury follows him. The two Red Bulls look like they've got a bit of a move. That is, sorry, I was getting a bit confused there. That's Bertie is stuck there. That's the ghosting car. Obviously, that's one thing he is ghosting. Technically, if he's got the pace, he could unlap himself. So he wouldn't smash anybody up. He's not going to cause any issues in the sense that he's ghosting. He might put somebody off driving through a mine, but yeah. And as predicted, I think Dawn Fury may well be doing his teammate a bit of a favour here. He's allowed him to stretch out a 2-second gap already. Ghost Rider in P4 then on the back of Stampy. Gaz is the next car. He's gotten up to P5 already. So in the end, maybe Bertie deciding, yeah, I haven't got the pace to unlap myself, so I will just get out of everybody's way now. I understand if you're ghosting, if you think you might have the pace to actually unlap yourself and get on the lead lap, then I can understand if it's ghosting on in a way, because, you know, if another safety car comes out, he can get himself back round to the back of the pack again. So I'm not completely against Bertie having a little go there, to be honest. It's just once he's realised, no, I definitely haven't got the pace to do this, he's moved out of the way. Oh, and that Stampy round. Ah, he's lost his wing, I think. Oh, he's reset to track. Stampy, a big caught on stream doing that. Right next to the pits. He's into the pits. It's going to cost him in a way, I don't think. I mean, it's the steward's job. The stewards will have to have a look at that because it's their job to do so. I think I might understand why he's done it. The part of the track it is, it's so thin. He's been doing like a 20-point turn, trying to turn round. So I do get it. So Ghost Rider then and Gaza right on the back of Dawn Fury. So maybe the switch to softs was the correct choice. You've got to say it is now. They're so far forward already. Gaza will be hoping for all the world that Ghost Rider doesn't get stuck behind Dawn Fury. He wants him to get past him so that he can then do the same. And then he'll chase down Ghost Rider himself to try and get past. The question is whether he can do that with enough laps to then be able to catch back up to Brian or not. Or if Ghost Rider can do that when he gets past Dawn Fury. Dawn Fury is doing a Perez without a doubt. He's making that car wide. Every corner, sticking it in the place that makes it most difficult. DRS is enabled. They won't get it this straight here. They'll get it on the next straight. But Gaza looks like he might get a run. And Ghost Rider decides to stick sitting behind him. So this really is the moment now. Out of turn 4, got to be as close as possible. Open up the DRS, shove the energy on, which is what Ghost Rider is doing, and he's going to get it done. Goes to the outside. Gazza's seeing if he can come through as well, and does. That is perfect for Gazza. The fact that he's managed to get the move done at the same point means he's right on the back of Ghost Rider still. But look at Brian, 6 seconds up the road with 7 laps remaining. So they need to take a second of a lap out of him in order to have 1 lap to overtake on. I know Brian is on hards that are 12 laps old, but we know his pace from qualifying. It's exceptional. As the Red Bull of Dawn Fury. Oh, no. Gaza is out. And I'm afraid, Dawn Fury, that looked like you were way too late on the brakes. Trying to get that move done, and you forced him into the barrier. I think I'm going to get a message. That was my first opinion of what we saw. We didn't catch it 100% perfectly because we were riding with Ghost Rider. It's a virtual safety car, but I mean, there was the whole inside of the track, so I can't really think that you can't say Gazza's not left in space. There was plenty of room. As unfortunately Can, who's now made it up to P9, has picked up a drive-through. Eustace is in the pits again. That is massive. Is that exactly what happened, was it, Gaza? Yeah. So I didn't catch the well, I did catch it, but not perfectly. But I've really only got to see the bit where you were into the wall. It's not great, and I could tell you 100% that Dawn Fury is not the sort of drivers to do that deliberately, just so you know. But that doesn't make it any better for you. So it was a great chance to get that lead up a bit over Arc Runner. Hey, John. John, what happened to you? Did you get hit? Did you hit a wall? I was on the broadcast cam, and basically we were watching you from the side of the corner that you were about to go round, and I saw some carbon fibre fly out in front of you, and then your car just goes straight on across into the runoff area, and presumably hit the wall. So I was wondering what happened to you, mate. There's Fury. Oh, drove straight through. He must have had a drive through. Okay. So that promotes Samuel up into P3 again. Runners now in P4. The Alphas are running P4 and P5. What a great race for them. Yeah, Andrew's up into P7 now. Lovely for him too. Well, lovely for the Williams, 7th and 9th. Yeah, nothing I can say to make it any better, guys. Other than, well, no, not other than. Let's just make it worse. But so I suspect you're probably kicking yourself a bit for pitting now rather than staying out. But it was looking like it was going to pay off. Although Brian was 6 seconds up the road from Ghost Rider, so we're in a tall order. So, anyway, sorry, I'm distracting myself from the racing. Sam, this is our closest battle now between going to Samuel. Which we've got from John. To be honest, I witnessed that all of it pretty much. Oh right, okay. So John saying, to be honest, I missed that all of it. I pretty much must have hit the corner as it lagged on my screen, so I couldn't give you a full answer. Okay, mate. Next thing I know, I'm in the wall. Yeah, you had a car. Well, there was the three of you driving in a row. As I say, the camera went sort of onto the exit of the next corner, so all I always saw was a bit of carbon fibre fly across the screen, and then you were just going straight on into the wall. So I can only assume that it's turned you, because of the lag, you've turned in maybe early and hit the inside of the wall, the inside wall. So because of the carbon fibre coming off, there was no damage on the car behind, so it's not as if the car behind bumped you and damaged their wing. So it wasn't that, because they had no damage. But so that's the only thing I can think of. Samuel has caught this gap up a bit. He's now within the DRS range. He didn't have it there, but he is within range for when they get onto the main. So this is a testament to what I was saying about the softs, how quickly they go off here. 8-lap old softs against 8-lap old mediums, and you can clearly see that the mediums are now quicker. So they're actually pretty similar drivers pace-wise, the two of them. I think Can on this one, it might be best just to move out the way, bud. I know you're ghosting, they could just drive through you, but this is a battle for P2, so don't want to go putting them off and one of them flying into the wall. Andrews picks up 3 seconds. It is that time of the race actually to take a look at the penalties. Okay, so it's a battle for P2 on track, but Samuel has 6 seconds of penalties to Ghost Rider's none. He's got plenty enough gap though to Hodder to remain on the podium. Be careful, Samuel. You know, you're trying to overtake someone that you're not actually gaining from, so it's not really advisable to do this. Hodder's got 3 seconds himself, but Top Gotcha behind's got 6. Then there is about a 3-second gap to Arc Runner, who's got 3. Andrews has 9, so it's not going to hurt that bad. At the moment, Dawn Fury's within that gap. So Samuel does get ahead of Ghost Rider, but as I said, relatively pointless, to be honest. I feel like I confidently say that he's not going to make up 6 seconds in 2 laps. So that is a Mercedes. Oh, Top Gotcha! What you? Oh, what's he done? He's in the wall. I know exactly what's happened there. He's done turn 1. On turn 2, he's taken some curb, but he's not taking it right, and it shoved him into the wall. And he was on for a great result as well. Unlucky man, as Mario is having some fun with himself again. Dear. Obviously too late for a safety car. I'm sure that would have been a safety car a bit earlier in the race, but it's too late now, so we will continue. So everybody promoted another position. So those guys down at the back that have had a bit of a tough time of it, Mario especially, finds himself a lap down again now. He was a lap down earlier and Brian very kindly let him past. while he had a gap to Gaza at the time, he very kindly let him past and allowed him back onto the lead lap. He then actually got back up into 9th at one stage to Can, but I'm not sure. I know he got a pit lane, a drive-through penalty under the virtual safety car, but other than that, I think he's more than that's happened to him for him to fall back like that. Yeah, it may help, mate. We've got a bit on stream. I expect Gaz has got his own in a way because I think he streams his races, so we might be all right with that. But what you could do, Art Fuggish is the head steward now, so you could forward it to him just in case Gaza puts a ticket in, so that it could be looked at. But because Dawn Fury is a full-time racer now, so in Tier 4 as of today, so yeah. If he was a reserve, I'd kind of say there's probably not much point, but he's not, he's full-time, so yeah, definitely worth doing. Or you could forward it to Gaza for him to put in on ticket if that's what Gaza's going to do. Certainly. We best go to Brian in a way. Brian is coming into the final corner to take what has been a dominant victory. It's not a Grand Slam. He didn't lead every lap of the race because Gaza did overtake him at one point and led for some laps. So Brian takes the victory. Samuel crosses the line in P2, but Ghost Rider's going to nick that off him. So Ghost Rider finishes P2 for AlphaTauri. Art Samuel keeps hold of the podium note. So fine race from Sam. Hodder on his way round to take P4 for Alpha. Look at this, Alfa Romeo P4 and P5, Hodder and Art Runner. Brilliant from the pair of them. Andrews crosses the line in P6, but he's got 9 seconds. Dawn Fury will take that off him, but still a very solid P7 in the Williams for Andrews. And his teammate is bringing the other Williams home in P8, so a very good result for them. Just shows it can be done in those lower cars. It's what I always say, if you get the car to the end, you've got every chance of picking up great points, and that's exactly what the two Alphas and the two Williams have done. Stampy, who at one point looked like he was on for a great result until he spun round of his own doing and finishes P9. Khan has already finished in P10, and Mario is into the final corner. We'll take P11. So, you know, Mario was the lap down for the vast majority of the race, but he just kept it on track and still picks up P11, which, as we know, in ARC, with our point system, it's a decent amount of points at. Yeah, you did, Hodder. Well done, mate. And Useless, yeah, well done to you and Andrews in the Williams. You've done a great job. Two Alpha boys and the two Williams boys have done outstanding jobs, you really have. There. Just goes to show, even when you're in a lower car, if you just keep it on track, keep it going, try and stay out of trouble, you can still pick up great points. It's outstanding. The fastest lap of the race, by the way, goes to Stampy with a 140.1, so that's an extra point for their team. But the winner today, Brian, obviously with the Red Bull. Ghost Rider P2, Sam is P3, Hodder P4, Runner P5, Dawn Fury in the MP6, Andrew 7, Maverick or Useless 8th, Stampy 9th, Can 10, Mario 11th, Top Gotcha, Bertie, Gaza, Jon Snow, Reaper, Grandad and Enhanced all retired from the race at some point or another. Scroll down the incidents just in case the stewards need them for any reason. Okay, so that's the end of the Singapore race. It definitely did bring some incidents, as we thought it would. It brought some great racing at times as well, and Some nice moments. Brian letting Can through under safety car to let him get back on the lead lap. That was very kind. And I am literally just trying to fill out while I'm trying to think who I'm going to give driver of the day to. I am going to give driver of the day to Brian, not because he's won the race. That is part of it, obviously. Dominant performance in qualifying, wins the race. Didn't get the Grand Slam, but still an outstanding performance. I know he's in a Red Bull, and I know he's very quick and in Red Bull. So the reason he has got it instead of Hodder is for that nice little moment of letting Can through under safety car to get back onto the lead lap. If I come out of this and find out, actually, no, I just ran wide, it wasn't nice at all, I made a mistake, and Can drove past me, I'll be taking it off him and giving it to Hodder, so I'll find out afterwards. Anyway, thanks very much to everybody that's watched live, and everybody who watches the video back, it is very much appreciated. We will be back on... well, with our next Tier 4 race, we're about the same time next week, 8 PM next Thursday, and we are at the Temple of Speed, Monza. Our next live broadcast will be Saturday. We got the double header, Tier 2 at 6 PM, followed by Tier 1 at 8 PM, both here at Singapore once more, where there's going to be more trials and tribulations, and you can almost guarantee that at least one of those races will be full wet. So there's no way we'll do both of those dry conditions. You can guarantee one will be wet. So Brian says he did let Can past. Okay, I believe you. In that case, you do get driver of the day then. Well done, bud. That was a nice touch. Yeah, so well done to our top 3, obviously, but actually well done to all the finishers, because you've all picked up brilliant points for you and your team. Unlucky Gaza, and because you're on for great results, and Top Gotcha as well. Yeah, thanks very much, everybody, and we will be back on Saturday, 6 PM. Thank you very much, and good night.